It's springtime, and like blossoms, things are opening up on Performance TV. Are you ready for what's coming up next?
Bring it.
Welcome to Performance TV, presented by Top Coat. This GMC Sierra is awesome. Twin turbos, eye candy, totally outrageous. Can you imagine popping the hood at your local car show or drag strip or supermarket or your kid's school? It would be awesome. But all that air needs someplace to go. So while it's cool under the hood, Kathy's going to show us more about what's underneath.
You know, we're seeing a lot of cool stuff underneath the truck. And Chris, one of the things that catches my eye are your cutouts. Now, these are a little bit different than what folks may be used to.
Yeah, so Armageddon just released a exhaust cutout, vacuum actuated and boost actuated exhaust valve system that is completely different than your standard electric or manual operated exhaust cutout.
Yeah, which electric, putting it next to heat, you got all this wiring, not always a good idea.
Yeah, typically when you're putting an electric motor next to a 1,000-degree exhaust pipe, you're going to have some problems. So we've actually gone ahead and designed our system to where this actual motor is just like a turbo kit, to where it is away from the heat far enough to where it's going to operate to the optimal standards throughout any heat range, from cool to hot.
And the way that you have yours set up too, we're not going to have lag. I mean, it's like, boom, it's just going to change right now.
Because it's vacuum actuated, literally it's a wide open close within a second. So you can pull into a car show, have it wide open, somebody's looking at you too close, you close it quickly, nobody sees anything.
That's right, we just sneak that in there. And Chris, when it comes to the heat, you guys have thought of that as well, because you've worked with a company to get the coating.
Exactly. So we partnered with Jet Hot High Performance Coatings, and now we're actually offering a black coated or raw option. So you can get it ceramic coated black with a 1300-degree temperature, or you can get it just regular cast if black's not your style.
And we like to save weight, and titanium is definitely the way to go. What about the lug nuts that we have? So
Titan Precious Metals is a company that was just partnered with Armageddon Turbo Systems, and we're actually creating jewelry for your vehicle. Titanium is 42% lighter than your traditional grade 8 steel, but it has all of the properties of the no corrosion, no rusting that you'd expect to see from a high-end show car or race car.
Just like when we're doing with our header bolts here, and you guys have come up with something as well with the 12-point, which is going to be nice and easy to get in here into our locations.
Exactly. So traditionally, you're going to have a 3/8 head on there. We went ahead and did it with the tiny 5/16 12-point situated head. You can get your hands in there, any tight situations. You know, Catherine, you're at the racetrack and you got to take a header off. Burning yourself and getting into those tight situations is not that easy.
No, and sometimes we've come up with special names for it, depending on what the location is. And like you said, we're not going to have to worry about things with rusting or anything like that with corrosion, and we're saving lots of weight. And you know what, Chris, when I take a look at this, I'm seeing some really cool stuff going on. Hey Dave, I want to learn more about this Armageddon turbo system, and what vehicle would you put this in?
Well, Kathy, this is for the GM 1500 series pickup trucks and SUVs. So it's 2014 and up. Silverado, Sierra. With the SUVs, you got your Tahoe, Suburban, and Escalade.
This is the whole thing here. I mean, you guys are putting absolutely everything together. What kind of power are we looking at adding to something like this?
So it's going to be anywhere from 600 all the way up to 1,500 horsepower is our top spec for this.
What turbochargers are you using?
These are the Garrett GTX 3584Rs, 64mm inducer, and we can make a little bit more than 1,500 with these.
And you know, when we think about turbos, we think about heat, but you guys aren't going to have any problem with the heat whatsoever when you look at the front, what you guys have going on here with a cooling system.
This is a serious intercooler.
Yes, it is.
We're not messing around with your intake air temperatures. We're going to keep them nice and cool, way up over 1,200 horsepower.
When someone is putting in something like this, what is the main thing that they're looking to do?
They want to be able to bolt it on, and as you can see from our system, it fits with all the factory components, and we do that with a CAD-derived design from the very beginning.
So you're going to be able to put something like this in, you're still going to be able to have all of your other creature comforts going on with having this under the hood of your SUV or your truck?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, what good would an Escalade be if you couldn't keep it cool?
Oh yeah, and be able to have lots of power to go right along with it. And this isn't the only system that you guys have. You have a lot of different ones that you put together as well, and we can see that on your website?
Absolutely, check us out at goturbo.net, and we're real active on the social media as well.
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to finding out more about what you guys do, so would you come back and maybe another show and visit with us again?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm liking the sound of that. Hey, we'll have more Performance TV presented by Top Coat right after this.
Performance TV, presented by Topcoat, is brought to you by TrackTop, life without limitations. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radio since 1977. RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need. And by Topcoat, the best coatings in the world.
Welcome back to Performance TV, presented by Topcoat. As SUVs have become more and more popular, 6 seats, 7 seats, 8 seats, there's less and less room for everybody's stuff. Well, the folks at Trunks have got a solution. Paul, you are here. You've got kind of a new swing on something we've seen for many years, the Trunks roof box. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we do 3 different sizes of roof boxes. We do a 9 cubic foot, a little bit smaller. We do a square 18 cubic foot. And this is our new 18 cubic foot long. So this is designed to fit almost anything you're bringing on a family vacation, on a ski trip. It's got the length, the height, the width to pack anything that you need.
And that's the whole point. You bring everybody. It's so cool. You can all ride together, but everybody has their stuff. And so where's it going to go? Up on top is a great place. Now, there's a couple of things that are vital important. It's got to be secure.
Yep.
It's got to be on there in a strong way.
Right.
And it's got to be able to stand up to the weather.
Yeah.
Can this do all of those?
Yes, this is designed to be waterproof. You're not going to arrive at your destination and have all your stuff wet. And the biggest thing is security. That's what people want to know when they mount this to their car, that it's going to stay there and all their stuff's not going to end up on the highway. So this is designed to meet that criteria.
Let's open it up. Let's check it out. Because what's on the inside matters in a big way. I noticed these locks and latches.
Yep.
Basically, that happens automatically, but so right here it's easy because we're standing on ground level, but when it's up top, the fact that you can lift it and it'll stay up and you can load it up, that's pretty cool. We've also got these bail latches, which we'll show in a moment, but I noticed these ridges.
So it has ribs that run the full length here, and you can't see it, but there's actually a metal bar that's in the molding here that keeps the box super rigid, so there's no flex, there's no wobbling when it's on top of your roof when you're doing 70, 80 miles per hour.
Well, let's put it on. Lower it back down.
One little neat feature here is you have the 2 locks that give you the security that you need, but if you're like me and you're a little bit paranoid when you have something on top of your car, you want that audible click to make sure it's on there, and that's what the bail latch does right there.
I love it. No, I agree with you. I want to know that it is latched.
Yeah.
Let's bring it over
All right.
to our SUV and begin the install. And this is something that anybody can do at home, and from what I understand, no tools.
No tool assembly, all the hardware comes with it. And again, it comes out of the box assembled, so you don't have to put the lid on. The hinges are already assembled. So now we mount it using our hardware here. So we open the box here, and there's holes already pre-drilled into the box, and you use your handy U-bolt here, your metal plate, which goes in the box here. And you just come up from underneath through the box.
Make sure your tailgate can still open and it's perfectly placed for your vehicle. That's why it's adjustable, obviously.
Definitely, and there's multiple holes here, so depending on your crossbars or the type of vehicle you have, you can adjust it so it just fits perfectly here. And you just hand tighten these, and you can tighten them down really, really snug. This box won't move. You'll actually forget it's on top of your car. It doesn't make any noise, no whistling or anything like that. So this is the one mounting point here, and again, you get these nice and snug here, and there's 4 mounting points in total.
And it can be done by yourself, but if you have a buddy or a friend, it'll go a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it always helps to have a buddy.
It's so true. Well, who's going on this trip with you anyway?
Oh, you're taking kids, you're taking pets, you're taking your mother-in-law sometimes.
Well, maybe not.
But there's enough space in here to accommodate everything that you really need. I mean, you really don't realize until you start packing for that trip how much space that you don't have in your car.
All right, so we'll finish up the remaining 4, get it all dialed in, and then we're going to load this thing up.
Yeah, you can put skis in here, even the old school skis, the super long ones that you see, strollers, suitcases, you know, you can bring everything but the kitchen sink.
Well, we're loaded up and ready to hit the road. I think it's perfect for any family. You can bring everybody and all their stuff. If you love what you see, hit the website and check it out. We'll be back with more Performance TV presented by Topcoat after this.
Performance TV coming from Borla Commerce Park. When
we're talking about your car, junk in the trunk is not a good thing. This Chevy Malibu belongs to one of our camera guys, and we're going to find out what's in the trunk. And I can tell you, most people are carrying around a whole lot of dead weight, extra stuff that just doesn't need to be there, like this bike rack or bike holder. It would be much better off in the garage. Now, you might be wondering why. Well, fuel mileage for one, the extra weight that you're carrying around is going to cause you to get worse mileage. But also, it is a safety issue. Think about all these items, whatever they may be, becoming projectiles in a crash. And also, if you get a flat tire, you're on the side of the road, then you have to dig all of this stuff out before you can even get to changing the tire, which that's a harrowing experience as it is. And so go into your trunk and see what is there. Is it vital? This is a road safety kit. That is vital. Some of the other things, not necessarily. Golf shoes, bag, so many things. This brake line, ready for the roadside repair? I don't think so. You would do this in the garage. Check your trunk. Make sure you don't have a whole host of chaos like this one.
We have a great thing to show you today on how you can move a vehicle around in the shop, outside, without having to have the factory wheels and tires on it. Now, when would you run into a situation like that? Well, let's say, for an example, you own a body shop and you've got vehicles, different ones coming in, damaged wheels and tires. What do you do and how do you move that vehicle around if you don't have those particular wheels and tires, or while you're waiting for those to come in? It's tying up your rack in the meantime. But that's why we have Sergio here with us today from Goonie Wheel. Now, Sergio, how in the world did you come up with this idea?
The whole idea and the concept came when I've been in the auto body shop industry and the wheel repair industry for many years, and I just had that instinct going to shops, finding cars that were dead, couldn't be moved, and they needed some mobility, right? How did we get cars off jack stands? How do we get it back to the ground? And how do we keep cars moving, which increases production, obviously. Increasing production is increasing revenue.
Well, you know, you mentioned jack stands, and something that I notice about the Goonie Wheel, we've got it, it's mobile, it's up off the ground, we can still work on it if we need to, without it being on a jack stand, which can be dangerous.
That's right, and it's a high risk. And you know, on the high-end cars nowadays, it's also difficult to find a jack point. So it becomes a guessing game for the technicians out there. This eliminates that guess. You put the Goonie Wheel on, you drop it back down to the safe ground where all cars should be, and you know you've got a car on the ground and it's safe.
Okay, so we have our Mustang here, which, you know, we've got our 5-bolt pattern, but this particular Goonie Wheel does how many different bolt patterns?
Yes, this is the Goonie Wheel 45, so this will cover your 4 and 5 lug patterns from 100 PCD all the way up to 137 PCD. The center bore on this specific wheel is 65 millimeters, so it also covers the majority of the center bores out there.
What's it made out of?
A mild steel, same material they use to make trailer wheels, spare wheels on cars, and the outer rim is basically a solid rubber, natural rubber, so it's non-marking. It will not leave any black marks, you know, on the shop floors.
What's the weight rating on the Goonie Wheel?
It does weigh 34 pounds, and it has the rate capacity of 2,500 pounds per wheel.
Okay, so 2,500 pounds per wheel.
Per wheel, yeah.
Wow. Say you've got a really nice car, not just for the body shops or shops like that, for you at home that has a nice vehicle, it's going to sit for 7 months because it's going to be in storage.
That's right.
You could use something like this and then not have flat spots.
This is perfect. I do it on my boat. You know, I'm stored my boat away for the winter, put the Goonie wheels on, took the original wheels off, stored them away. Not going to get flat spots, not going to get dry rotting on the sidewalls. Perfect tool for storage.
When I look at it, and you mentioned the natural rubber, it's not smooth. I see there's some like notches on there. Now, what would that be for?
Yeah, so you know, I had to bring safety into it, you know, safety first. So I designed the wheel that it could have safety strips that it's almost like a warning signal. As soon as you go over 5 miles an hour, it is going to vibrate. The car's going to vibrate, and you're going to know you got Goonie wheels on the car. And you're going to know you've hit that 5-mile mark.
That's right, slow down.
Slow down. We do not want you to go anything faster than 5 miles an hour.
So you have the 45.
That's right.
And I also see that you are working on the prototype we have here for the 5 and 6 lug.
That's right, yeah. So this is the bigger wheel. This will cover your bigger SUVs, your pickup trucks. This will have, as you can see, it's got a much bigger center bore of 110 mils, and it's got the PCDs at 135 and 139.7 and 155. So that will cover a wide variety of our SUVs and pickups on the road today.
What are you expecting the weight limit to be?
probably 2,500 pounds plus. We are going with a 4mm steel on this one, where the Goonie 45 is a 3.2mm, so this will have a much heavier load rating.
And you also have it covered as well if people have great big brakes on the car. You have spacers that are available and so much more. You can go to their website at gooniewheel.com and see what they have available for your ride and find out more about the product. Hey, we'll be back with more of Performance TV right after this.
Performance TV, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt, proudly made in the USA. Go to stage8.com. Borla, the world's most winning exhaust. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. And by CIC Powerbox, electricity, compressed air, and jump start capability wherever you need it.
Welcome back to Performance TV, presented by Top Coat. We've got this nice, cool, first-gen 67 Camaro. Beautiful convertible. And you know what, with a car like this, you want to cruise around with the top down and listen to some sounds without messing up the dash. And that's what we're going to be able to do with our friends from Custom Auto Sound. These guys have been putting together classic stereos with all of the modern technology since 1977. And we're going to be able to put all of that into this beautiful car. Of course, back in the day, you just had your AM radio, one speaker sitting there in the middle of the dash. You were lucky if you could hear any of that. And look at this big monstrosity. But you're not going to have that anymore with all of the great technology packed into this very small radio, but it's going to fit right in the dash without having to do any cutting. It's still going to look just like it did from the factory. It's going to look like an AM radio. But you can change the colors. There are 7 different LED colors, from blue and pink and white and green, and you're going to be able to customize some other things as well. These are assembled right here in the USA. They go through heat tests, they go through vibration tests. They want to make sure that your radio is going to sound just as good for you as your car does going down the road. And Joe, what do you say we get this put into our classic Camaro?
Here we go, another install, Custom Auto Sound. One of the best things out there for taking an old school car and making it new and modern and increasing your experience. The Bluetooth, the iPod aspects of it, the fact you're listening to podcasts or whatever you're streaming from your mobile device just makes it great. And an install, pretty simple. Take the unit, which Kathy used the word monstrosity, and that was so true. They've got it very compact and very easy in that we've already run our wiring harnesses, and they're keyed, so you can't get it wrong, which is perfect for me. So you plug it in until it clicks, and then you plug the other one until it clicks, and you are ready to go. So on this Camaro, you can see that they want to keep everything absolutely as close to factory as possible. And we've got some AC vents that are going to fight us a little bit. And this install is a little different because they have an aftermarket gauge cluster. But we're going to fight right through that and then bring it right out the factory position. And so far, so good. Now, I love doing this because, frankly, I can't go anywhere without my music. And look at that. I'm going to take our washers, place them in position, and then we'll take our nut and get one of them on. That's what I always like to do, is just get one and start it. And sometimes they fight you. This one is being very compliant. Switch over. And just like that, it is going into position. And I am loving the look. Gen 1 Camaros, many of them built in Van Nuys, California. One of the true classics out there. And as great as they are, rolling around with that AM radio with one speaker in the dash that Kathy was talking about, you can't do that. Not anymore. You got to bring your music, your tunes, the Bluetooth, the hands-free, all of those elements, to me, make your experience nowadays when you're in the car. And so what we're going to do is we're going to finish up, get the knobs on, get everything ready, get Kathy over here, and tune it up, test it out. But before we do that, check out this.
Time now for Top Coat's tips and techniques.
You know, one of the things that makes Top Coat the best coating in the world is literally, you know, that This product was designed and formulated to literally do everything. You know, how many products are on the markets today? You got a product that does this, a product that does that. You start getting confused as far as what's your go-to product. And we quickly realized that, especially with the technology we had that we developed, that we knew we could replace all those products.
Well, yeah, after 20 years, it was such a breakthrough to realize that you could have one product that literally does it all, but does it better
That's
than
right.
all these
That's
other
right.
products.
Yeah, not one product that does something good, but one product that does everything great. Yeah.
And easier, simpler,
Yes,
faster.
Yes. In today's day and age, no one has time anymore. Everyone's working. And to be able to take one product that you can literally go from the paint to the glass to the plastics to the rims, engine, interior, exterior, and then take that to, look what we have in the showroom,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Everything you could think of, high-end classics, to modern-day trucks, to daily commuters, motorcycles, you name it.
Planes, RVs, things we can't even put into this room, obviously. But it's all of these industries that we have found ourselves in because of the functionality, the performance, and more importantly, the ability to truly enhance, make like new, and protect as we move forward with these coatings. And also, more importantly, less maintenance. Every time you use this product, it just gets better and better and better. And I don't know of another product on the market that can do anything close to
There's
that.
none. That's why it took so long to be able to do this and be water-based.
Yeah.
Eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly.
It's like near impossible to do.
That's
It
right.
won't hurt anything. It's like a dream come true.
Whether you're older generations to the younger generations, everybody in between has fallen in love with this product just because it's so easy. And it's taken a novice and making them look like a professional.
And the more you use it, the more you want to try it on everything.
Is that
you
the
know,
truth?
Like
Yeah.
your phone. I mean, we even have military application.
Yes, exactly. If you want to learn more about the products, don't forget you can always go to topcoat.tv.
Joe, I don't know about your choice of music, but I can tell you do a nice job on installing. What is this, like some Southern Florida stuff or whatever?
Don't attack a man's music, Kathy. You should know that. The install actually went much smoother than I thought it was going to.
You know, this is great. And now we've got sound. We don't have to just the speaker in the center. And is this off? No, this is the radio. This isn't off your Bluetooth, is it?
It's the music in my head, Kathy. It's always the music in my head.
We'll just leave that in his head. Hey, we'll have more Performance TV coming up for you next week, presented by Top Coat. If you have a product that you would like to see featured on the show, just shoot an email to sponsors@masterstv.com. We'll see you then.